For what, the red flag laws?
No,
VA 113?
yes.
I first read about that on AR15.com. Somebody up there posted it up and they started it. The problem with that site, it's information overload. There's 100,000 people on it. You click on one thing, the next day there's 20 new pages on it. So I'll try and read up on it, see where the official movement has gone, see if we can latch on to it. I'll see what I can find, but it's information overload at this point.
To be like a community head.
Yeah, I'll do what I can, yeah.
So maybe get your info to one of us before you leave.
All right.
I think there's a Facebook page already with that.
I'll have to spell it for you.
Okay.
All right, before I go, I don't want to take up everybody else's time. Everybody knows the gun control is happening. Everybody else aware of what else they're pushing? The voter ID laws, the illegal immigrants getting driver's licenses,
minimum wage.
popular vote, so, yeah. I'm not gonna preach to the choir, everybody else knows what's going on, but don't get completely caught up on the gun control. I think yesterday, Tim Anderson said we're now California. So, God knows, God, don't let up on the gun control, but don't forget what else they're doing too. All right, thank you.
Thank you. He does bring up a good point I wanted to touch on here real quickly while it's fresh in our mind. This group did actually get started because of the Second Amendment, the trying to be a sanctuary county and all, but in all of our discussions that we've had as a group, we realize, this is far beyond just the Second Amendment. There's a lot, as he mentioned, things going on, and so unfortunately, I don't know that we're going to be able to fight all of them, but we need to. There's some that are very important, like the electoral college and stuff, and all, because some of these things, if they get changed, they have far-reaching effects beyond, with other things and all that. And so this is not going to be just a group that's concerned with just Second Amendment. It says constitutional in our name, and that includes all of the Constitution, all of our constitutional rights and stuff. So, all of these things we're going to have to, try to get involved with to some degree. But, is it because it did start out as a Second Amendment thing? That's definitely going to be one of our, our primary interest and all. But, we think that this organization should cover a lot of these things that are going on. So I just wanted to touch on that. Was there anybody else like to speak? Then you'll do me next.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not much of a public speaker. My name is Chris Johns. I'm not much of a public speaker. I don't have anything prepared. But I'm sitting here because I feel like I have my back against the wall. I haven't engaged in politics much. I'm a recent transplant to Isle of Wight from North Suffolk, member of the North Suffolk Rotary Club, North Suffolk Social Club. And really, I feel like it's going to take a lot of public outreach and engagement in the community for us to move forward with our agendas and things like that. So I'm willing to volunteer as much of my time as possible to engage in the minority population, some of the younger crowd and all that, because I really feel like that, I don't know, it's just I feel like, honestly, God put me here and we need to make some changes and stuff has to be done. It's going to take boots on the ground and us to do a lot of legwork in order to make some progress with our events and things we're trying to get done. But I just want to introduce myself. So, thank you.
Good evening, I'm Joe Ferguson. I live in the county here. Got a few things I want mention. I used to be a member of the NRA until I found out about VCDL about 10 years ago. And I couldn't believe how active they were and what their work they were doing with a small group of people. And I really want to give them a plug for those of you who may or may not be members. It was just night and day. And I found out about it at a gun show, and I'm thankful that I did. I've been to Richmond a number of times, went again this year with a big trip, and took my entire family, including 3 sons. And I'm thankful that so many of y'all here that went as well and filled that bus up. One of the things that I would say, buddy, about what we ought to be doing, in my view, is we ought to be partnering certainly with VCDL in this state, because they know what we need to get done and how to get it done. Philip's been doing this, I think, since 1997 or 95, when they started out in Northern Virginia as a small group and then they expanded statewide. I think we need to approach Philip and say, what do you need a group such as Isle of Wight's group to do to partner with VCDL? And we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Again, they know what they need from us to be most effective at a state level. Isle of Wight, this group could be the model for the rest of the state. I don't know any other county that's getting as organized as we are that I'm aware of. Maybe they are, but we could be that model group for the rest of the state through the VCDL partnering and them advising us what we need to do, so we don't waste our energy and spin our wheels doing things that don't need to be done or that they already know are not going to be effective, because they've been doing this so long. So let's please partner with them and find out what they need us to do, and let's get doing that.
That's right.
Friends and actually communicating with different directors with the ECDL.
Excellent. Thank you, Debbie. Now, earlier I met Xavier here, and we just heard from Chris a few minutes ago, our minority brothers. We really need to reach out to these folks. We got black hunt clubs in this county. We got black churches, and unfortunately, this thing appears to be a white thing, a Republican thing, a right-wing thing. It's not. It's all races and economic levels and education levels and religions. We need to really partner with them and anybody like them, because this is all affecting all of us. And if we don't do that, we're really missing an opportunity. And that's certainly true statewide. So anybody that has contacts in those communities, let's work it. We really need to do that. I'm really thankful you 2 guys showed up. It takes bravery to show up when you're a minority like that. I understand that, and I thank you, really I do. How many of y'all here go to church and have a security team at your church? Wow, it's a lot more than I thought. Excellent. I don't need to say much about that. And yes, Isle of Wight is becoming a secure church community, and I was not even aware of it. My church has a thing. I'm on the team, and we're very organized and very deliberate about what we're doing. And I'm glad to see that, and I hope that just continues to grow. Isle of Wight will become a church, a community, or a county, or a reputation that don't mess with Isle of Wight. As I said earlier, I have 3 sons in school at Smithfield High School. They all went with me to Richmond on the 20th. And I've got my kids' interest piqued in this thing about this bill about children not being able to have access to a gun without being supervised by an adult, which means that children can't hunt after school in the afternoon when their dad is still at work. That's such bull, and I got my children to understand that, and they're trying to talk to the kids at school about it. And most of the kids they're talking to don't believe them. Then when they tell them this is true. We're talking about young people. This is a source of young people that they can't vote, I understand that, but they have parents, and when they complain to their dad, did you know that I won't be able to hunt anymore? And the dad becomes aware of it, and the mom becomes aware of it, and they will be part of our group. So I don't know, I have kids in school, and I don't know the system of how the school is set up, but if there's some way through shooting teams or ROTC or PTA or whatever, we need to let these children, and through them, their parents, know that this is a real deal and this is affecting them in the future, and they're going to be ripped off, and there's not going to be any hunting. That's another group of people that won't have guns. So we need to work on that, I believe.
We're looking at a junior membership within here.
Junior membership, she says, is what's being looked at.
Yeah,
Excellent.
for that.
That's all I had. Thank you.
This camera over here?
If not, don't worry about it.
I
It's what
don't
it
think
breaks.
so.
They should have been here.
Some of them couldn't make it.
We're doing the best that we can.
Actually, some of them sorted out and said they got to a gravel road, went down a gravel road, and turned around and went back home.
Yeah, I apologize for that. Google, got you most of the way here, but not all the way, and then unfortunately, the sign on the road is not well lit either, so,
Maybe next time we can have it on site.
yeah, I guess so.
Got you turned on that gravel road, I'm not sure.
Okay, do we have anybody else that would like to address us? All right.
My name is Stuart Cassidy. I'm from Virginia Beach. Drove out here after work. I know about White County through Debbie, kind of. I used to be a volunteer over here at Carrollton Volunteer Fire Department, former member over there. So this place has a lot of meetings to make over in the Carrollton area. I'm going to keep it brief. Well, you guys have mentioned getting young people involved. I'm 26 years old. I'm an Asian American. I would implore you that something that would really help to get young people involved is to consider a militia. Action-based, thing that's going on right now. Emotions are running high. I think this organization will be a good tempering force to that. There isn't a lot of us that are going to be willing to come up and write letters and just be able to do some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Not advertising for an uprising against the government by any stretch of the imagination right now. Now's not the time. But it's an action that will get people involved. Isle of Wight is right in the middle. It's a good access point in between some of the more rural counties out west, as well as Hampton Roads itself. Already there are militia musters going on in Nottoway County and Franklin County. That is attracting people from all over the state right now, including Hampton Roads, which is the far southeastern portion. So that just goes to show you how willing a lot of young people are to go ahead and get involved in that. So that's all I really wanted to say. Like I said, I'm not advertising for an uprising against the government. I can only be involved so much personally. I actually spend 6 months out of my year fighting wildfires out in Oregon. So. But when I come home after taking care of someone else's land, it really is disheartening to see what it's become. So I can definitely tell you that I'll be casting an absentee ballot from out there this coming November. We'll encourage everyone else to do the same. One of those people that was not involved in politics very much at all. If I had to pay more taxes because a Democrat got in office, whatever, sucks. Not really a program that I would really agree with probably, but it was something that I wasn't really willing to fight for. Things have changed. This is a direct attack on our Constitution. This is the foundation for everything that we are as Americans. And I'm not going to let that go lightly.
Okay, does anybody else has anything? Okay.
My bones don't want to work right. Did some dumb stuff in my young years. Yeah, my name's Steve Richardson. I moved to Nottoway County, I'd say about 24 years ago. My wife and I moved from Portsmouth. Got tired of the BS. You know, it was everywhere. So we moved out of here. It was great. Things haven't been too good lately. People walking up, knocking on your door saying, well, you need to vote for this person, or texting your phone, you know, telling you got to vote for this person. Well, March the 3rd, we have a presidential primary in the state of Virginia. I've been doing a lot of research on this because I have a lot of time to hit the internet. Disabled, so they got me at home all the time. If you are a registered voter, in the state of Virginia. We have what they call an open primary, which means that as a Republican, an independent, or a Democrat, you can walk into that polling station and demand a Democratic ballot. You can vote for whoever you want to on that Democratic side. It does not invalidate your right to vote in June for the main primary, where we elect our senator and our president to pull through. Yes, sir.
It's Congress.
Well, Congress, I'm
The
sorry.
presidential delegates on the Republican side will be decided at the convention.
Right,
in May.
well, that's what I meant to say, but it's still gonna, I think they said something about it's gonna be on the ballot. I'm not sure. I know Congress is gonna be on the ballot.
The March is only the Democrat
Right.
primary. In
Because the Republican
June,
president.
there'll be a Republican primary for the Senate and the House.
Right. But anyhow, it does not invalidate your vote in June. So you can vote in the Democratic primary, March the 3rd, and you can vote again for the main primary in June. There's a big thing going on the internet right now. I don't know whether y'all have seen it or not. It's hashtag anybody but Doomberg. It's all over Twitter, it's all over Snapchat, the whole 9 yards. You can vote for Tulsi Gabbard. You can write her name in. You can vote for whoever you want to. Just don't vote for Bloomberg. He's counting on Virginians and the others in the Super Tuesday primary in order to bring his balance sheet up with the rest of the contestants. I don't want to see that happen.
Well, would everybody need to get on the same page and vote for the same person other than Bloomberg?
I don't really think it matters as long as he doesn't get the vote. You know, I've got friends that's on the Democratic side that's not going to vote for him because they don't like him. You know, they moved from New York down to here and they can't tolerate him. So, you know, if you're going to vote for somebody, Joe Biden, you know, he's not going nowhere. But it just, we have to stop Bloomberg from taking over the state of Virginia. So that's all I got to say, but I appreciate you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bob Hummel. I live in Windsor. And as a suggestion, as you all are forming the organization, however you decide to set it up, you would probably need to or should include a methodology to take payments or contributions. This is going to be a fight involving money, deep pockets, expenses, all that kind of putting stuff out there. So as we grassroots go knocking on doors, trying to enlist support from all the constituents across the state of Virginia, not everybody's going to have the means to be able to come out and be active, but they certainly got a checkbook. So if you were to set up a GoFundMe page or a Venmo page or somewhere where the organization can take payments from everybody, that would be a huge boost in being able to do a lot of things that we would like to get done. Now, I'm a retired police officer for 32 years with Chesapeake. I got here in 2005 and I retired in 2010. But for about 4 or 5 years, I was part of the department's legislative review work group. So I spent a lot of time in Richmond. So I know Senator Stoley, John Cosgrove, all of these folks that we work with a lot. And I know what they're capable of in Richmond. I'm also a farrier. So this is going to be an effort. We're going to have to go knocking on doors, getting all kinds of support to try to change people's minds. Unfortunately, they have the momentum and the majorities in the House and the Senate. I would like to say that no matter what happens through this group across the state of Virginia, that of anything else, we're gonna let them know what the will of the people are, whether it be through enacting a militia or organizing the people. We're gonna send them a message that this is what the people want. And if they're not willing to comply or agree to what we're looking for, change it on election day. So we need to find out, get somebody active that's working with these other groups, link them all together, connect the dots, and find out who's up for re-election, and go visit their offices, go knocking on their doors, and try to move in that direction. I love this group. I love Isle of Wight, and I want to keep it safe. Thank you.
Real briefly, just want to touch on a couple of things that he brought up. As far as fundraising, we are going to have to raise some funds somehow. And first thing we got to do though is we got to decide, we got to get formed as a group, and then we have to either incorporate and again, I'm going to let Jeff talk to some of this a little bit in a minute because it's beyond me. But options that we can look at going forward as far as with money, collecting money and all that. The other thing that I wanted to also touch on is one thing that we're looking to hopefully do is in some of our future meetings, maybe having some of the candidates come in and talk, or maybe even better, having a debate, like if we have, I think for Senator Scott's election, I think there's, 4 candidates now? Maybe having the 4 of these people come in for a debate. So rather than them telling us what they want us to hear, we can ask them what we want to hear and then see if they answer. And that way we can make a better informed decision on that. That's one thing we are looking at, maybe like at our a May membership meeting for a debate for that. So these are things that we're looking to try to do, try to get people more informed, organized, get engaged with the candidates,